Justin Bieber has been acting off. Face filters, odd religious rants, and wild-eyed Instagram videos that feel more like a cry for help than content. Most people laughed it off, but look closer and you'll see a pattern. Not a breakdown, a blueprint. Because what's happening to Justin? It's not an accident, it's an industry model, and it's devouring him alive. It all started on the steps of a theater in Stratford, Ontario. A 13-year-old kid with a bowl cut singing So Sick, filmed by his mom on a cheap camera. Harmless, right? But when Scooter Braun found that video, the gears of the machine started turning. Justin was flown to Atlanta, promised fame and fortune, and introduced to Usher. The perfect origin story. Overnight, a quiet Canadian boy became a global superstar. What nobody noticed was how quickly he stopped being a kid and started being a product. By 14, Justin was already losing control of his life. Every awkward moment became a meme. His first kiss? A headline. Voice cracking. Content. He was mocked on talk shows, ambushed in interviews, and cornered into humiliating moments for entertainment. Ellen DeGeneres displayed private photos to make him squirm on national TV. Jenny McCarthy tried to kiss him on stage while he was underage. These weren't accidents. It was a slow psychological breakdown, served with a smile. His real-life teenage anxiety was sold as primetime laughs. Then there's Diddy. The videos are still online, gifting Justin lavish promises, offering him a Lamborghini, a house, even custody for 48 hours. It sounds absurd until you remember what Diddy is now being accused of. In one clip, Diddy even jokes that Justin knows better than to talk about what they do together. Speculation has run wild, and honestly, it's hard not to wonder. Because if the rumors around Diddy hold even a sliver of truth, those 48 hours take on a chilling weight. Despite generating nearly $1 billion in revenue, Justin faced a cash crisis in 2022. How does that happen? It's called the music industry debt trap. Labels give you advances, but those are really loans. Your royalties, only 10 to 16% of total sales, pay that debt back. And if one album flops, that debt bleeds into the next. It's called cross-collateralization. You don't just fail once, you keep failing forever. By 2022, Bieber was reportedly so strapped for cash that he borrowed a friend's credit card just to play golf. A man worth hundreds of millions and with no spending money. For years, the Scooter Braun was framed as Justin's big brother. But behind the scenes, he controlled nearly everything. Finances, schedules, career moves. When Justin canceled his world tour due to paralysis from Ramsay Hunt syndrome, he owed $26 million. Braun's company offered to help by covering the debt and letting Justin repay him over 10 years. Sounds generous until you realize it made Justin even more dependent on the very man profiting from his downfall. An audit later revealed Braun had allegedly been overpaid $26 million. Another audit by PwC said Justin actually owed Braun $8.8 million. The truth? Likely somewhere in between. But one thing is clear, trust was shattered. By mid-2025, Justin's public appearances became troubling. He seemed disoriented, confused. Instagram videos showed him rambling in high-pitched voices, distorting his face, talking about Alaska and fishing and God in sentences that spiraled nowhere. Was it a mental health crisis, a relapse, just burnout? Nobody really knows. But what's worse is that nobody really cared. People memed it, laughed. Standing on business became a punchline, not a warning. In 2022, Justin sold his entire music catalog, 291 songs, for $200 million. He was just 28, the youngest major artist to ever do it. Most thought he was cashing out, but insiders knew better. It wasn't a payday, it was an escape hatch. He needed cash fast, and even that didn't free him. Scooter still loomed over his finances. By 2025, Justin finally fired him, but the damage was done. The machine had already drained him. Justin turned to religion, seeking peace. But even his faith became a product. He moved in with Hillsong pastor Carl Lentz, who baptized him in an NBA player's bathtub at 2 a.m. Lentz was later fired for abuse and infidelity. The church accused of cult-like manipulation. Justin jumped to Church'em, another Hillsong spinoff, run by a pastor also under fire for controlling behavior. His spiritual rebirth wasn't sanctuary. It was just another marketing tool. Even his search for meaning was exploited. Father's Day 2025. Justin, with his wife Haley and baby son, confronted paparazzi outside a Malibu restaurant. He begged them to stop. "I'm a real dad with a real family." His voice cracked. His hands shook. But hours later, it was viral. Another meme. Another soundbite. Another laugh at his pain. Justin Bieber isn't a one-off. He's part of a lineage. Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, Macaulay Culkin. Child stars discovered young, broken down slowly, and either discarded or rebranded as content. In South Korea, 10-year-olds are signed to training contracts and live in dorms. In China, child stars disappear into re-education if they step out of line. In the UK, Love Island producers exploit contestants' insecurities on purpose. This isn't entertainment, it's engineered trauma. Justin doesn't need a comeback. He needs an exit. But the machine won't let go easily. It will squeeze until there's nothing left. And then it'll find the next Justin, package him, sell him, break him. Because this industry doesn't create legends, it creates trauma and sells it to you dressed as a pop song.